money do we spend in drought relief? Every year. Now, we've got plenty of energy to talk about the Murray-Darling River system. Don't start me on that. Tony, that's an essay for another day. Who looked after the Murray-Darling system before white settlement? It didn't need environmental flows, did it? Did it? I don't think so. We now interfere with nature at a ridiculous cost. And we keep taking water from farmers, for which they've already paid, and which goes into putting food on our table, and we call it environmental flows. As I speak to you, a Liberal government is talking about taking another 450 gigalitres, 2/3 of Sydney Harbour of water, from irrigators to add to the almost 2,750 gigalitres, more than 5 Sydney harbours already recovered from farmers, which they paid for environmental flows. That's since 2012. This is not a joke. This is a national disgrace. The Murray-Darling system is a disgrace. Don't worry about the fact that $100 million worth of farm milk, 500 jobs, $200 million worth of food production will be lost as water is taken. It's called the disgraceful Murray-Darling Basin Plan, and Liberal and Labor governments sing off the same sheet of music. I'm simply saying that where is the energy and enthusiasm to do something equivalent to the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme? I have said more times than I can count that Jack Beale was a minister in the Askin government in the 1940s. He was also a chartered engineer and chairman of the Water Research Foundation of Australia. Over 40 years ago, he proposed the development of the Clarence Basin in northern New South Wales to create a giant water and power project that would dwarf the Snowy Mountains scheme. Under the plan, 14 storage dams linked by cuttings, tunnels and pipelines would divert inland some of the 5 million megalitres of water, or 10 Sydney harbours, that flow out to the sea from the Clarence River Basin every year. Beale wrote, "Surplus coastal water is the logical future source for arid inland development and electricity generation." He said the water captured under the scheme could be diverted to Queensland and into the Murray-Darling, doubling the flow of the latter and minimising salinity. But then he said this, isn't this magnificent? This is the quote of the century, Beale. "A nation can't afford to let resources remain idle, even if it has to build pyramids." Beale argued there was sufficient will. This could be underway by 1988 and completed by the centenary of Federation, 2001. It's now 2018. Not one syllable of that proposal has been addressed. To be fair, in 1983, the Fraser government, when I was working for them, approved $4 million, which was a lot of dough then, to investigate Beale's idea. The incoming Hawke government cancelled the approval. The only redeeming feature, and the biggest feature, is the public are not stupid.